Good evening, guys. Hello and welcome back once again to a Monday evening of racing with me, your boy Vexed, and the Aero League Racing's Tier 1 drivers in the Gt7 Championship. This is Season 16, Round 7. As you can see, we are at that infamous Dragon Trail Seaside, which is very well known for its chicken of death, which I'm sure is going to throw up some interesting racing this evening. Some exciting stuff. It's always an exciting track to race around. So BX Royal, only 2 tenths off the best time at the moment. Is going to improve. This is only practice, by the way, and he does actually by 6 tenths there as well, 1:36.425. So fastest guy in the practice session at the moment. Somebody just said in the chat they're on for a 1:34. So Yannick, currently his fastest is 1:37.089. Which I think is provisional second or third. I did see Perry up there as well in the Mercedes MG. I think he's going to be very fast tonight. So we see Taz again on track this evening in that NSX. Where's his teammate? I think it was Racing Green, wasn't it? Not sure if Racing Green is on track this evening. See CMP having a bit of a moment in the background there. Obviously, as I say, this is practice, so qualifying will begin around 8 PM. And we've got 2 races, as always, this evening, the 15-minute sprint, which will be decided from the qualifying results. And then, obviously, a reverse top 10 grid going off of the race results from the sprint for the feature race, which is around 40 minutes for the endurance. Obviously, we do a lapped session, so that everyone has to finish. So Yannick actually going purple through that sector. Can he keep it up nicely through the chicane there? Just drifting over them curves. You've got to get quite close to the wall, but he did it nicely. He took it nicely through there. He's obviously been putting some practice in that Genesis, which was actually very good last week at Monza. Which actually back into the pits now. So Perry back out on track now. See if he's going to try and improve in the practice session. Perhaps some of the guys not wanting to show their true pace until obviously qualifying comes. Almost gets it wrong. Oh, he does. He got a little bit wrong there. Clattered the barrier on the exit. But he is just on his outlap anyway, so it doesn't matter, he can just write that one off. He's going to start a time lap as he comes around the final turn. Come up to the start finish. This is the sprint to the start finish now. There's actually probably a turn there. I reckon that's probably unofficially a turn there on the track. You're turning the wheel, aren't you, sir? That's turn 1. The chicane here, turn 2 and 3, I believe. There's a slight kink for 4, up into 5. Perry a bit floaty over the curbs there. Actually get a bit more apex than maybe wanted to on that last one as well. He's actually 6 tenths down on his previous time. Kellen, his teammate, not far off of his best time at the moment in this practice session. Coleman with a respectable only 1/10 at the moment off the back of BX Royal. There's only 1/10 actually between Coleman and Perry. Perry actually 3 tenths off the BX at the moment though. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting qualifying for sure. Obviously I'll bring you the rundown through the standings, but I actually left my phone at work, so I have no access to my Discord at the moment. And unfortunately, I can't fire up the PC whilst I've got the PS5 going because I share an Ethernet cable between the two. And our internet isn't the greatest. A BX nicely through the chicane there, carrying just enough speed. And that final turn can be very deceptive. It is a hairpin, but it's a lot tighter than it looks. I think it's off camber as well, so it does tend to bring you off to the outside of the track. BX a little bit down on his previous best. Nicely through the first chicane. First center S. And this one here again, very deceptive. You've got that first little turn in, then you've got a hard turn in there, right-hander. Almost hairpin again. He's actually up on his previous best time there, purple, through that sector. And the fight is definitely on between Coleman Slim, or Eric Slim, and BX Royal in the stand-ins. I think Alessandro actually not far off them as well. Alessandro's been putting in some really respectable times. Yannick as well. Yannick has been, yeah, he's been flying in that Genesis X, hasn't he? And I think it is very, very close now at the top of the stand in Zico. Going for a bit of an adventure into the gravel trap. Perhaps testing out a new racing line. So who do we have on track? So we've got 15 drivers. We've got BX Royal, we have Yannick, Coleman, Kellen, Alessandro, Xavi, Zico, Taz, Carter, CMP, Kep, Gilles, Dens, BX Royal, Capel and Perry. And I believe qualifying will be starting soon. We just had the message on the left-hand side there from BX Royal. Carter with a 136.4. Can he carry that into qualifying? And Carter's actually shown some really good pace as well this season in that Porsche 911. I think he's had some unlucky races. So BX leaves the pits, followed by the two Mazda RX Visions. That is Zico and Gilles. For some reason it says Zico's ahead of BX, but you can see that's not the case. So this is the start of qualifying. Hello and welcome along if you've only just joined. Yeah, so on this outlap, I've just been meaning to ask BX, how did he get the name BX Royal? Because it does kind of sound like you're ordering a burger, doesn't it? I'd like a BX Royal with cheese, please, and thank you. And there we go, he's back up. Well, he's in first position on the grid, as is the grid order at the moment. Obviously this is qualifying, so it will change. So BX now coming up to the chicane of death for the first time on his outlap. Oh, he gets it through there nicely. Let's have a look at Zico. Does he get it? Oh, almost a little bit out of shape there. Gilles gets through nicely. We've got Yannick. Yannick had a bit of a moment earlier, I think. Coleman through there nicely. Capel and Kep very close indeed. Carter had a bit of a twitch there, didn't he? Kellen through there nicely. Perry, Dens, Taz, Xavi, Alessandro, CMP, yeah, they're all through there. all through that unscathed. I think some of them looked a little bit tentative maybe, but it is, yeah, it does, it's claimed many a good racer has the chicane of death, or the chicken of death. So BX Royal on his first flying lap of this qualifying session. Out of turn 5 now, up on the approach to 6. I think it's the sweeping left-hander here, and then 7. Sweeping into the right-hander, back into a left. Downhill. Hard braking into this right-hander. This is the approach now to the chicane of death. The infamous bus stop. The seaside bus stop. Yeah, and he's definitely got it right through there. Nicely does it. Zico looks a little bit slidey on the exit. In the background there. It's going to be interesting to see what sort of time BX can put on the cards, on the table. He's going to be the pace setter for the rest of the field. And it's a 1:36.6. Zico 3/10 slower. Gilles comes across. Yannick 1:36.5. Coleman as well. Coleman up into provisional second place with 1:36.6. Kep up into provisional fourth. 1:36.7 for Kep. Zico we saw across the line. And who else? I think Kellen just jumped up to 6th there. I think everybody else, yeah, 1:37 for Taz, Gilles 1:38, wasn't it? Capel 1:38.8, and Carter has pit pole at the moment, 1:36.3, 2/10 faster than Yannick. But we did see BX Royal was rapid, wasn't he, in that practice session? So is he just yet to string a lap together? Perhaps that was just a good banker for him. But very close indeed at the moment in the top 5. So 1:36.3 for Carter. Carter's going to be picking up the slip of Capel ahead of him as well. He's going to be able to improve on this next lap. Oh, he clips the wall there on the exit. Oh, and Zico moves up to provisional second place. Yannick now into the pits. Kep has a moment on the final turn. Carter improves once again at 1:36.307. Coleman only 1/10 off of him. In fact, Coleman's coming up to finish a lap now as well. We'll stay on board with Coleman for just a minute. This is Eric Slim. Zico only 8,000 slower than Coleman. There's nothing in that at all, is there? Coleman actually improving through that sector, but he's not purple, so can he close up to his teammate or snatch pole from him? Oh no, he's gone onto the gravel now. That's not going to help him. We'll stay on board for the next split and just see how much that has hurt his efforts. Maybe not too much. He doesn't look like he's slowing down too much. Oh, there it has. 2/10 slower. So I don't think he'll be improving this time round. Zico. Will Zico improve? I think BX Royal actually coming up to finish a lap as well. Oh no, he's into the pits, as is Zico. So who are the next people to come up to finish a lap? Coleman into the pits. Could it Kellen, Okada. No, they're both into the pits as well. So it's going to be Perry and Taz. Can Perry and Taz improve? So Taz does improve up to 3rd place, only 1,000 slower than Coleman. In fact, no, he's just dropped now down to 4th. And Xavi out of nowhere moves up into provisional 2nd. So we've currently got Okada on provisional pole. Xavi has moved up to 2nd. We've got Coleman there in 3rd place. Taz is 4th. Zico is 5th. Yannick provisional 6th. Kellen 7th. BX Royal 8th. And he's picked up a 3-second penalty. Kep, is he going to improve? Oh, so that was his outlap. So Kep currently sat in 9th. Alessandro 10th. Perry 11th. CMP 12th. Dens 13th. Gilles 14th. And Capel 15th. I think there's only a second in this grid. Absolutely incredible stuff in this qualifying session. So Kellen is going to be picking up the slipstream off Carter up ahead. Is that going to help him improve on his lap? He's currently sat in 7th place. So we're going to see Carter come across the line before him. I think Kellen possibly is on a lap, is he? Or is he actually on an outlap? So he's on an outlap and he's just stopped. So 8 minutes into this qualifying session, just under 2 minutes left. Carter currently is the man to beat for that pole position. Oh, as he almost collects Xavi there. Xavi must have had a moment out of the chicane of death. As I say, I think it may claim a few victims tonight. So I think everyone probably on their final push lap. Oh, BX now dropped down to 9th place. He's improved through that sector, but I don't think it's going to be enough. But it is very, very close indeed. So I think every 10th is going to count in this qualifying session, because it's so close. Alessandro down in 10th place at the moment. Oh, Kep has moved up into 1st place. 36.1. Are we going to see a sub 36? I think a 1:36.198 is a very, very respectable time there from Kep. Oh, and he's improved again. We may see it. We may see a 35. Is his tyres going to hold up? Who was that off on the grass there? I think that was Taz. Is he still up through this sector? We'll see through the next split. So your top 3 is now looking like it's Kep, Carter and Xavi. So Coleman down to 4th place. And where's BX? He is still up as well. Oh, BX has gone up into 2nd place. Only 400 slower than Kep at the moment, but Kep's improved this time round. Is he gonna keep it? He may be able to cement that 1st place. It's going to be crucial. This final turn here. Come on, Kep. Gilles, I think Gilles has improved again, but it's not going to be enough. And he does! 36.1. So he doesn't get into the 35s, but 36.198. 1:14 even. Very, very good time there from Kep. So Kep is going to start on pole position, it looks like, with BX in 2nd place, Coleman in 3rd. That's crucial for them too, because they are fighting for the top slot in the championship. Carter 4th, Alessandro 5th, Xavi 6th, Taz 7th, Zico 8th, Yannick 9th, Kellen 10th, Perry 11th, Dens 12th, CMP 13th, Capel 14th, and Gilles will start in 15th place. What's happened to Gilles? Come on, Gilles. But Kep, what an absolutely blistering lap that was there from Kep. GG's, mate. So the results again was Kep on pole BX in second, Coleman's going to start in third, Carter fourth, Alessandro fifth, Xavi sixth, Taz seventh, Zico eighth, Yannick ninth, Kellen 10th, Perry 11th, Dens 12th, CMP 13th, Capel 14th, and Gilles in 15th place. Spicy. And that is, yeah, it's an incredibly close grid. It looks like everybody managing the 36s. Gilles only just not managing to get into the 36s. Literally only a second between the whole grid, pretty much. Might be less than a second. So we have Kep lining up on pole with BX there in second place. Who's going to get a better getaway? We've seen Coleman, I think, getting a... He's had some reasonable ones, but I think the Porsche does struggle a little bit. And they are off. Delayed klaxon. So Coleman does cover off, but BX getting the better getaway. Kep now down to second place. Coleman actually getting swamped though by Taz, and it looks like Alessandro there in the background as well. The other of the two Lexi trying to get into the action, almost getting wiped out there. Has everybody made it through there unscathed? Sakada managing to get through. Alessandro is now down to sixth place. Zico is there as well, as is Yannick and Dens. Gilles getting a good getaway. He's up to 11th place now. Excuse me. And he manages to get past Capel. Capel dropping to 12th. We have Xavi in 13th, CMP 14th, and Perry now in 15th place. But the battle at the front, oh my days. So BX has started to get away, 1.7 seconds. Coleman has now managed to get past Kep. Kep's going to be trying to retake that position down into this right-hander. Hard on the brakes for both of these guys. Oh, plenty of space given there. Kep just losing a bit of grip on the inside. It looked like he's going to slot back in behind Coleman. They're going to come up to the chicane of death for the first time in this race. The BX manages to get through Coleman. Oh no, Taz in the background gets it a little bit wrong. He's dropped down a few positions now. He's going to lose a couple more. Zico, Yannick and Dens all managing to get through. Oh, it's all got a little bit messy, hasn't it? Zico covering the inside now. And then we have Alessandro and Carter having a bit of a battle. Carter moves up into fourth place momentarily. Alessandro is there in fifth. But Alessandro still firing back in the Lexus. He's going to be able to get the move done. Be able to come back past Carter. Carter still holding the inside now in the Porsche 911. But it's going to turn into Alessandro's corner. He's going to have the inside. There's Zico. Zico out of nowhere has a cheeky look up the inside. No contact there. He manages to get past Carter. Carter down to sixth. Zico almost around the outside of Alessandro there. Zico really started to put the pressure on. He came from nowhere, didn't he? Absolute dynamite on the brakes. Fully sent it, but it paid off, and it was clean. But looking very quick indeed is Zico, so yeah, we're going to have to watch out for this guy. Alessandro still defending though, in fourth place. His teammate Kep though, 3.3 seconds now up the road. Bit of a train now forming behind Alessandro. You see the top three just down the road there. In fact, Kep looking like he's putting Coleman under some pressure now. So yeah, actually only 5 tenths in it. 4 or 5 tenths. Oh, very, very close indeed to that inside chicane. But he gets through unscathed. He's not lost any time to Coleman. Coleman still trying to work on that gap up ahead to BX Royal. It was 1.7 seconds. It's come down to 1.3. So these two have slowly started to reel him in. Oh my God, this gaggle of cars now forming. So Alessandro is still in fourth place, but he's 3.5 seconds behind his teammate. Carter is in fifth. It looks like he's safe at the moment, but Dens in sixth place now. Look at Yannick, look at Zico. We've also got Who is it? Kellen and Capel in the mix as well. So this looks like it's where the action is at the moment. Oh, it was Yannick into the back of Zico. There's a bit of a concertina forming there. Everybody's so close in this race. Kellen also there. You can see the two Supras. Excuse me. It's always when everyone's so close like this that we see the shenanigans happen. So Yannick managing to keep Kellen, Capel, Gilles, Xavi, Perry, CMP and Taz, the only one actually all the way off the back of this train. Perry a little way back, but he can still catch up. So CMP looking to try and get past some of these guys, but it's going to be very difficult indeed as we come through the chicane. So Denz is at the front of this pack. Oh no, and who was that? I think it was Yannick. Yannick raising the barrier. I think Kellen went into the back of him. A little bit bouncy between these guys. Capel in the mix there as well. I think Capel maybe moving up a few positions. He came off better out of that, didn't he? But going wide through the final turn has allowed Kellen back alongside. Kellen surely going to get that move back. Position back against Capel. No, the Supra just too strong along the straights. Excuse me, I am struggling a bit tonight. My chest. So Coleman has now reeled BX in. 7 tenths is the gap. And he's actually got the fastest lap as well, 1:36.3. 1:36.7 is the fastest so far for BX in this race. So he needs to try and find a couple of attempts through a lap to be able to keep Coleman at bay. Coleman will surely be within striking distance within the next few corners. Unless BX manages to keep that gap consistent. Oh no, BX raises the barrier. He's got it all wrong through the chicane. Coleman moves through into first place. Is he going to lose that position to Kep as well? Kep coming around his outside now. And he does. So Kep moves up into second. BX is now down to third. Oh, and BX has got, yeah, he's got serious damage on that car. That's going to take a little while to go. I don't think he's going to have to pit to get rid of it. No, it's gone now. So that did definitely slow him down. But not too far off the back of the front two. He has lost the lead of the race though. So Coleman, now at 8 tenths, is the gap back to Kep. And he's been putting him in purple sectors. He's soon going to break that toe. Kep's going to be trying his hardest, I think, to stay in the slipstream. He's just managed to close the gap once again. He's going to have to... Oh no. There it goes. Kep's probably hoping that Coleman's going to make a mistake now as he comes through the chicane. I think he's going to get through there nicely though. Yeah, he's got it all right. As does Kep, as does BX that time around. So we've got Alessandro in 4th place, 5.5 seconds off of the leaders. Denz still in 5th place, 1.4 seconds off the back of Kep, but managing to keep the rest of the guys behind him. Capel there in 6th. We got Zico 7th. Xavi and Yannick. Xavi managing to get a move against Yannick. But Gilles there as well. Gilles in 10th place. These three all battling out for 8th now. Yannick's got damage on that car, which is now gone. It's magically fixed itself. He gets a little bit wrong there on the entry to the chicane, but he's not lost too much time to Gilles. Gilles actually coming under increasing pressure now from Kellen. Kellen in 11th in that Mercedes MG. He's actually got his teammate not far behind him as well, Perry. Big Pezza. So we're on board at the moment with Kellen looking at the fight ahead. He's trying to attack Gilles. Gilles trying to size up and up. Oh, Gilles actually collecting the barrier, I think, a little bit there. And again, but Kellen into the back of it. He's going to lose that position now to his teammate Perry. We can't actually see out the side window. There he goes. But it looks like Kellen actually getting a better run out of the final turn now. But it looks like he's going to be pushing his teammate along the straight, so they can try and keep up with Gilles. We've got the two Mercedes MGs, followed by CMP there in 13th place. Carter now down to 40th. What happened to Carter? Carter must have got claimed by the chicane. Oh, look at that. Lap 4, 151.8. He's definitely had a big moment somewhere. Now 4.1 seconds off the back of CMP. Taz somehow all the way down in 15th. 6.4 seconds is the gap there. 29.3 seconds off the lead. Coleman has now got a 1.6 second lead over Kep. Kep, though, is coming under increasing pressure from BX. BX looking. He's having little nibbles, isn't he? Kep now covering off the inside. BX bravely having a look around the outside there. Maybe he's trying to go for a switchback. It looked like he was trying to set one up, but didn't quite have the line. The top three now 8.7 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Ahead of Alessandro, who is in 4th place. It looked like BX was going to be able to get a move done, but that gap started to open a little bit. We're on lap 8 of 10 now. And you can see it's quite a sizable gap there on the track map. So I wonder if there was a bit of a concertina somewhere which caused the rest of the field to fall so far back. Oof. So close to the barrier there was BX. I think he would have lost the mirror. Doing really well though to keep that gap consistent up ahead to Kep. It's only 3 tenths now. Is he going to be able to size up a move as they come down to the first chicane, down to turn 1? It looks like the Lexus has just got the better grunt, hasn't it, over the BRZ. The BRZ did look a little bit hamster powered last week, didn't it? It's doing a bit better tonight. So we've got Alessandro there in 4th place. He's 1.3 seconds ahead of Capel. Capel's been doing really well in that GR Supra. Zico now up to 6th place. I think this is courtesy of Carter, wasn't it? I think Carter was running up towards the front, or up in the top 5, top 6. Den's 7th. So Den's having a really good race in the BMW M6. This might be his best position, or his best finish this season so far. He still may make up some positions as well. He's got Xavi not far behind him though, and Yannick there in 9th place. I thought Yannick was going to be really, well, I thought the Genesis was going to be really rapid in this. Oh no, Zico into the barrier. That's allowed Denz, Xavi and Yannick through. Zico now down to 9th, and Xavi looking to try and attack Denz. He's really closed that gap up, hasn't he, under braking, but getting it a little bit. It's actually not costing too much. He's actually pulled right back up onto the back of Denz now. Denz really starting to look like he's under pressure in this final lap. Really good defensive driving there from Denz. Xavi is going to have to deal with that Genesis. It's not far behind him now as well. Really good battle forming here though between these 3 cars in this final lap. There's a good squabble happening behind as well, but we will have to go aboard with the race leaders, because this is the final lap and they're going to be coming through the chicane of death for the final time. There's only a few more corners before they cross the finish line. So Coleman, after a shaky start, he was just putting in them consistent laps, wasn't he? He's done really well. And he's going to take the win and the fastest lap, it looks like, here in this first race of the evening. GG Slim. The New York Kep in 2nd place, BX in 3rd. Alessandro, 10.3 seconds off the top 3 now for the rest of the field. He takes 4th place. Capel in 5th. Denz will take 6th. GG Denz. Yannick 7th. Zico 8th. Perry 9th. Gilles will take 10th. Then we got Carter 11th. Xavi in 12th. I reckon Xavi having a moment at the end there. Taz will take 13th. McKellen now and CMP having a bit of a battle here. Bit of a drag race towards the end. But Kellen will take 14th and CMP 15th. Don't know what happened to them two at the end there. GG's guys. Well, that was race 1 anyway. The top 10 grid, or top 10 reverse grid, will be Gilles starting on pole with Perry in 2nd place. Then we'll have Zico in 3rd, Yannick 4th, Denz in 5th, Capel will start in 6th, Alessandro 7th, BX in 8th, Kep in 9th, and Coleman in 10th. So that's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? Coming into the feature. But very, very hard track. Well, there is places where you can overtake, but as you saw, when you get into that train, yeah, it's very sketchy indeed. Like, you got to be very brave with the overtakes. Shields. What times are everyone going to be going for in this race? I think it's quite a high time. Which, yeah, so we've seen a few guys opting for the hards. I think it's definitely going to be a viable option. But then a lot of guys going for the soft, so I think maybe thinking that the softs can last quite a decent amount of time. Well, it looked a little bit dead towards the end of that race, didn't they? It was 10 laps, wasn't it? The sprint. So it's going to be like 28 or something, I think, for the feature. '26, 28. In fact, it looks like a few guys going for the hards there. So interesting stuff, interesting strategies on display in the feature. Which is good. It's good that they've made the hards actually a viable racing tyre now, because they used to be absolutely shocking. That nobody would get them because they were like blocks of ice. Like, you just could not get any grip with them. They were horrendous. Who's that going out? It is Carter. Oh, a lot of people going for the hards. Wow. That is very cool indeed. Oof. Yeah, it definitely looks a little bit sketchy, doesn't it, on the outlap through the chicane of death, but as long as you keep it like a bit tentative, rein it in for the first couple of laps, they should see you through. Oh, a bit twitchy there on the exit of the final turn. Well held though from Prada. More people out on track. What times have they gone for? So Perry also on hards, Taz on hards, Kellen hards, Kep on hards. Is everybody? No, so we've got a medium there, CMP on mediums. Looking to make the most of the medium compound tyre against these hard runners, but I think the hards are going to prove their worth in this race. I'll say very high tyre wear track, isn't it? High tyre dig. BX rule says starting soon. Definitely going to be an interesting one going into this feature race. And we get to see Gilles starting on pole. Come on, Gilles. He's going to be able to keep the rest of the guys behind him. Obviously a rolling start as always. I just found him thinking that we'd stay with him for the thing, but it didn't. So Gilles lining up on pole with Perry in second. Zico is there in third. I think Zico is going to be a man to watch here as well. He could be quite good off the starts. BX Rule starting in 8th place, but ahead of Colburn. Behind Alessandro though, but he's also got Kep behind him as well, so. And they're off. Gilles going to take the cars, or the guys, down to turn 1 for the first time in this feature race. We see some people making moves in the background there. I think it was the 2 Lexuses of Alessandro and Gilles, maybe. Alessandro and Kep, sorry. Gilles still ahead of Perry now as they come through the first chicane. Perry getting a little bit twitchy in the background there. Looks like he's trying to make a move now against Gilles. He's having little nibbles. Zico there, full company as well. Gilles, how long can he keep these guys behind him? Oh, Perry with a massive twitch. He did well to hold on to that. He's got Zico not far behind, but Zico under the attention of Yannick. Yannick, an imposing green blob in his mirror. It's probably going to be filling the rear mirror of that Mazda RX Vision as they all go a little bit wide there through, I'm not even sure what turn that is, 6 or 7. Down into the sweeping right-hander, hard braking zone. Gilles still ahead of Perry. Oh no, Zico into the barrier. Yannick manages to move through. Dens is going to move through as well, as is Capel, it looks like. Zico under the attention now of Alessandro. Who was that in the background there? I think that was Kep into the barrier. Kep, no. And then we got, who's that? I think it's Slim Coleman having a move now against BX up the inside into the final turn. He's going to get that move done. Moves up into 8th place. BX now down to 9th. So Alessandro, we'll have a look at the front there, haven't we? So Perry has managed to get past Gilles. He's managed to take the lead of the race. Gilles now down to 2nd place. Come on, Gilles. Gilles not far behind though. He's managed to keep that gap very small indeed. So he should be able to maybe size up an opportunity in the next couple of corners. Perry looking very strong at the moment indeed in that Mercedes AMG. He's looking to try and create a bit of a gap now, a bit of breathing space against these 2 behind him. And Gilles is now coming under attention of Yannick. Oh, it's Perry almost getting it wrong again. Through turn 5, I believe it is. Just collected a bit too much off that curb, I think, and it just unsettled that car. He managed to keep it, hold it though. I'm not sure how he did it, but he did. Gilles though, Gilles looking like he's under increasing pressure, as I say, from Yannick behind in that Genesis. The Genesis X is a good car indeed, isn't it? I think it definitely got better with a few pounds. Oh, as he loses it behind, no, he's into the barrier. So Dens moving through now up into 3rd place. Dens had a decent race, didn't he, in the first race, and look at him go now. Oh no, he's got it wrong, no. Oh, he's collected Capel into the back of him. That slowed it both down. Zico up into 4th place, Alessandro. Oh no, Capel now down to 7th. So Zico up the inside now against Alessandro. Alessandro trying to hold it around the outside up the final turn. This is lap 2 of 25, lads. Come on, keep it clean. And they've got through there nicely. Alessandro. Who's going to be the faster car down here, the Mazda RX Vision or the Lexus? It looks like Zico moving ahead, but Alessandro trying to hold that inside line. He's going to have the first inside line, isn't he, for the chicane? But no, Zico sweeps across, takes the turn. Alessandro loses that position out to Coleman. Coleman up the inside there. Great move there from Coleman. CMP now in 7th place. He's got Kellen behind him in 8th. Kellen looking to try and get a move done, but not quite close enough. Bit of a train foreman here as well. Capel then now in 9th place with BX Rule in 10th. Xavi in 11th. Taz is 12th. Carter 13th. Kep now in 14th. With Yannick in 15th. Oh no. Oh, Kep. What's going on there? Kep, I think maybe Kep having connectivity issues possibly. So Perry with a 1:38.7, fastest lap so far in this race. And he's actually got a 1.9 second lead now over Gilles, 2 seconds. Who is still currently in 2nd place, might I add. Go on, Gilles. A big Pezza, creating that gap that he so desperately needs. He's got fresh air ahead of him, breathing space behind him. He can just focus on trying to put the best laps that he can in, and yeah, just keep that gap nice and consistent, try and build as much as he can before the pit. I think they're all going to be going for a fairly long first stint So 25 laps in this race. I said 26, didn't I? 26 to 28. So 25 laps. We're on 4 now of 5. So Gilles, 2.7 seconds out off the back of Perry, but he's got a nice bit of breathing space behind him to Denz, 2.3 seconds to be precise. So doing all right at the moment is Gilles. He's not got to worry too much at the moment. So Denz currently sat in 3rd place. Go on, Denz. In the BMW M6, one of my favourite cars. He started to close that gap ever so slightly to Gilles, and he's going to have to do so if he wants to keep a charging Coleman behind him in that Porsche 911. Coleman taking the win in the sprint race. I think he might be first in the standings at the moment. I'm not too sure. As I say, I haven't got the standings in front of me at the moment, so I can't tell you. I'm sure somebody in the chat probably could. Oh no, who's that? That was one of the Supra, GR Supras in the background there, going in. I think it was Xavi. It must have been Xavi. Kellen gets it all wrong, as does BX, as does Carter. Carter into BX and into the wall. And Xavi manages to come through against both of them two as well. As I say, the chicken of death almost always throwing up some shenanigans. And Zico all the way down in 15th now. So I think maybe the combination of hards, perhaps some of the guys not really liking the hards too much. But yeah, however, there is gaps forming now throughout the field. Perry putting in consistent fastest laps on them hards at the moment. Nobody able to match it. He's actually 5.9 seconds up the road from Denz now. Denz, who's finally managed to get past Shields. Denz up into 2nd place. Go on, Denz. He's having the driver's life in that BMW M6. Stay on board with Denz for a little bit and have a look at the battle behind forming between Gilles now and Coleman. Gilles is going to have to just try his hardest to keep Coleman behind him. And in fact, I think that was 5th place. Yeah, 5th place Alessandra and CMP not far behind now as well. So they're actually starting to catch these guys up at the front. However, Coleman still unable to find his way past Shields as they are now on the approach to the chicane. The chicane. And we've got a yellow flag. Oh, that was Perry! Perry, no! Perry's into the barrier! Denz up into the lead of the race. In the BMW M6, Perry now down to 7th place. Oh, no! So, as I say, the chicken always claims a few victims, and it's definitely claiming a few victims this evening. A few people being sent to the Shadow Realm. Denz now up into the lead of the race. Gilles in the 2nd. Coleman, though, looking for a move up the inside of Gilles. But Gilles going to have the inside for the entry of this first chicane. But Coleman nicely there, nicely through. Gilles fighting back on the exit. Not quite enough in that Maserati's vision, I don't think, on the exit to be able to get back past, but keeping the gap consistent. He's got Alessandro and CMP not far behind now as well, as is Capel. Yeah, these guys all closing up. What? There was like a huge gap before, and now they've all really closed up quite substantially. Which is not a bad thing, and that massive gap that Perry had managed to create has all come undone. Coleman now trying to attack Denz, trying to challenge Denz for the lead of the race. But Denz having an absolutely cracking one out there at the moment. Is he going to manage to keep it nicely through here? And he does. Oh no, Gilles into the barrier on the exit. That's allowed Alessandro through. Make sure, I think CMP under, yeah, so CMP and Capel also managing to get past Gilles. Gilles now down to 6th place. Capel manages to move as CMP. CMP though, fights back on the exit. up back into 4th place. Good CMP. CMP and Capel having a bit of a drag race now. Down to the first chicane, the GR Supra manages to edge just ahead. Back up into 4th place for Capel. It looked like he got it a little bit wrong though on the exit, on the entry, sorry. Slowed down, I think maybe locking them tyres up a little bit, possibly. You hear a bit of screeching. Meanwhile, Den's still holding on to 1st place with Coleman not far behind. Eric Slim. Perry still with the fastest lap in this race so far, 1:38.3. Coleman's fastest so far, a 1:38.5 on the hards with a full tank of fuel, pretty much. It's a scary view, isn't it, coming through the chicane, through the bus stop. Closing right up through the final turn. I think the M6 just getting the better exit there. The Slim is going to have the advantage of that slipstream. As he closes right back up through the braking zone once again. Trying to get the better exit, but that M6 is, I think it's worth its weight in gold. Definitely around some tracks. It's a very hard one to beat around here, I think. Very close indeed between these two now. But Den's doing such a good job of defending. Coleman just unable to find his way through. Keeps seeing little gaps that open, but then they close as fast as they open, so he's got nowhere to go. Oh, Den's runs a little bit wide there. Is that allowed? No, it hasn't. Coleman piling on the pressure as they come through the bus stop for the 8th time in this race. Getting a better exit there, it looked like. Yeah, he's going to go for the move now as they come down into the final turn. He's got the inside line there. Plenty of space given, and he does move up into 1st place. So Den's is going to sit behind him now. Will Den's be able to go for a move up into the 1st chicane? Alessandro not far behind. Coleman covers the inside. Den's tries to have a look around the outside. Doesn't manage to get it done. I think he thought about a move up the inside and Coleman covered it off, so he tried to have a look around the outside. But Coleman having to go defensive now. The M6 looking very strong, as I said before. So we've got Coleman in 1st place, we've got Den's now in 2nd place, Alessandro's there in 3rd, followed by Capel in 4th, CMP is in 5th. CMP and Capel still having a bit of a battle there. Gilles not too far behind in 5th place with Kellen, 6th, sorry, CMP's 5th, Gilles is 6th, Kellen there in 7th with his teammate Perry in 8th now, after such a great start there. Trying to pick up the pieces as Perry. Carter now in 9th with BX in 10th. So BX still where he started. No, he's not. He's dropped a couple of positions, hasn't he? Then he started in 8th and now he's in 10th. So dropping a few positions. Could see him and Carter having a bit of a coming together though, didn't they? Like he went into the barrier and then Carter hit him. So we've got Kep after BX, Kep and Yannick having a bit of a battle now for 11th place. Xavi now down in 13th. Taz in 14th. Zico 30.9 seconds. What's happened to Zico? Very inconsistent lap times from Zico. I think maybe just not one of his best tracks, perhaps. Although he looked very rapid, didn't he, in practicing qualifying, but so Coleman manages to take the fastest lap now for 1:38.1. Denz still holding on to that second place. Go on, Denz. Only 1.3 seconds off the back of Coleman, but with a nice 2.1 second buffer over Alessandro in 3rd. Oh, and Coleman going for the undercut. He's into the pits, is he? Yeah, he is. So Coleman getting rid of them hard tyres. Then stays out. He moves up into the lead of the race once again. 2.1 seconds over Alessandro now. There's a little bit of a twitch there, but keeps it going. He's not lost too much time, only a 10th, I think, to Alessandro. Alessandro and Capel having a little bit of a battle in the background. Who was it behind Capel? Somebody else was having quite a good battle with Capel. I can't remember who it was. So the top 3 now 6.7 seconds up the road. From 4th place Kellen and 5th place Perry. So these guys are all still yet to pit. We have Kellen now 4th, Perry 5th. Perry looked like he was sizing up a move on his teammate there. Maybe thinking better of it. Gilles in 6th place. So Gilles losing out on a position now, I think, to Perry. Carter now up to 7th. BX is up to 8th. Kep 9th. Yannick 10th. Taz 11th. Xavi 12th. Coleman on fresh mediums now in 13th place. CMP in 14th. And Zico having a bit of a lonely race in 15th place, due to catch CMP, but still yet to pit. Carter now enters the pits as Alessandro sizes up a move on Capel. Up the inside, is he? Capel is going to have the inside for the next one. So Alessandro doesn't manage to cement the move at the moment. Still taking little nibbles though on the back of Capel's bumper. What can he do? It looks like he's looked after his tyres quite well though, to be fair, as has Capel. So Capel still manages to stay ahead of Alessandro. Alessandro closing right up now though. Once again, only a 10th in it. Capel covers off the inside, good defensive driving. I don't think Alessandro was going to go for a move there though, to be fair. It didn't look like he was sizing one up. I think he's going to wait by this time at the moment. Through the chicken nicely. Looks like they're actually fairly evenly matched, the Lexus and the Supra. I think the Supra maybe having just slightly better top end. Also, Capel now does go into the pits. Then still out in first place. still yet to pit though. I think he's going to try and make the most of them hards perhaps. So we're on lap 13 of 25. How much time is he going to lose in the pits though? That is the question. So Alessandro still yet to pit, up into second now. We've got Kellen in third place, Perry fourth, Kep in fifth, Taz in sixth now. Only 2.9 seconds, 3 seconds off the back of Kep. But Coleman there, he is going to become new race leader once the other guys pits. He's on the first set of mediums. How long are the mediums going to last? I don't think they're going to take him to the end of the race. I might be wrong though, he might be able to take him to the end. They're looking fairly worn already, and he's only done a couple of laps on them. I think the guys ahead of him are due to come into the pits ever so shortly. We'll come back and have a look in a minute. So Capel there in 8th now. So yeah, these are the guys that pit. So Capel's in 8th. We've got CMP there in 9th. Carter 10th. Gilles 11th. BX. Oh, BX and Yannick having a coming together there. Yannick. BX going to have the inside for this next one. Oh my god. So close and deep between them two. Yannick does move up into 12th once again. BX is there in 13th. Zico is 14th. We have Xavi now in 15th. So where is... So Kellen's gone in. So Denz has stayed out again. So yeah, Denz definitely trying to go get his money's worth. As is Alessandro, as is Perry. How much though is the overcut going to be worth? Coleman now only 15.3 seconds off the back of Perry, but he's actually... Dent's got a 24.5 second gap over Coleman. I'm not sure that's going to... I think he needs 26 seconds. I think he may come out not far behind. And he's definitely going to have... Well, he's going to have better tyres, isn't he? Come the end of the race. But is Coleman possibly going to go for two-stop? Maybe he's going to bin them mediums off at some stage and go onto the softs. Perhaps it'll be a two-stop, you never know. Does seem very early though if he's going for a one-stop. Look how much more his tyres are worn compared to Capel's. Okay, anyway. Race leader, is he going to come into the pits now? I think he will. Yeah, he does. So Denz is now into the pits. Alessandro will follow him surely. Yeah, he does. Perry. Yeah, Perry's going to come in as well. So Coleman, only now approaching the final turn. Yeah, he is surely going to overtake these guys, but how far behind him is Denz going to come out? And look how much fuel Alessandro saved. He's got 23 litres or 23% left in that car. So I think he's going to jump Denz in the pits, surely. And he does. So Denz jumps. Oh, in fact, Capel's jumped Alessandro as well. Interesting stuff. So Coleman into the lead of the race, but he's on quite heavily worn mediums already. He's on lap 15 to 25, so we've got another 10 laps to do on them tyres. Are they going to take him to the end? So Capel now in second place, 7.8 seconds off the back of Slim. We've got Alessandro in third. Alessandro managing to jump Denz in the pits. The CMP now in fourth place, only 3 tenths off the back of Alessandro, but on quite worn mediums already. Denz, that was a cracking stint there from Denz. Absolutely cracking driving. And now he can make the most of these a lot younger mediums, they should definitely take him to the end. They're not going to feel as bad as some of the other guys that went for the undercuts, that's for sure. Kellen gets through the chicane nicely. Marginal. Yeah, there's very little margin for error as you come through the chicane of death. There's quite a lot of cars showing battle scars. So we got Perry in 8th now, Yannick in 9th, still ahead of BX in 10th. BX has actually dropped a couple of tenths now behind Yannick. Yannick looking to try and get a move done on Perry. And he breezes past along the straights. Yeah, that Genesis, they're decent in the top end, isn't it, for sure. Up into 8th place now for Yannick, Perry down to 9th, so we got BX there in 10th. Gilles now 11th, Carter in 12th. Taz has caught him though in 13th. What Taz? Is Taz going to be looking for a move? Oh, he does. He is looking for a move now on Carter. Got a ball with Taz for a minute, see what you can do in the NSX. Almost gets a little bit too much curb. But he's doing alright, isn't he? In the NSX. Zavi now in 14th place. And Zico unable to bridge that gap to the guys up ahead. Trying to find the battle. So Coleman now with a 7.7 second lead over the rest of the field. But his tyres are going to be screaming come the end of this race. They're going to be screaming for dear life. What is he going to do? Is he going to try and nurse him home, or is he going to take on a set of softs? At some stage, surely he's just going to lose too much time. His 7.7 seconds is going to be enough. So Capel, 1.4 seconds is his gap now back to Alessandro, so he's got a nice bit of breathing space. What he's got to do is keep trying to work on that gap up ahead to Coleman. He's definitely on younger tyres, but still a little bit worse for wear. Alessandro's tyres looking relatively fresh in comparison. Currently sat in third place, still ahead of CMP in fourth. CMP actually now coming under pressure from Denz in fifth. Denz has closed that gap in the M6 up to the BRZ of CMP. And looks for Nibbles up the inside, maybe getting a better exit. He's going to close now down the straight as we come on the approach to turn one. Yeah, he's looking for a move now up the inside is Denz. He's ahead. Yeah, and he does, he gets it done. CMP now down to fifth place, but he's still, surely he can still fight back. It looks like he's on, yeah, he's on a lot more heavily worn tyres. Perhaps he's just not quite got the grip to be able to fight back at the moment. He's still keeping that gap consistent though as CMP. Come on, Craig. Denzo having an absolutely cracking out in around the seaside. Oh, looking like he was getting a bit squirrely for a minute. I think if I had to give driver of the day to someone, I think at the moment it'd be definitely be going to Denz. He's just had a really good, solid round. Did really work well in the sprint and really well at the moment in this feature race. So currently sat in 4th place as well. Pretty good. Obviously Coleman's had a cracking race as well. He's come from 10th place to take the lead of the race. He's got a 7.8 second gap. That gap's remained consistent though back to Capel. Capel's kept that. Yeah, he's kept it nice and consistent. Up to Slim in 1st place. And Slim's lap times are starting to drop now. But Capel actually still unable to get into the into the low. He's done a 38 dead. This is fastest. You think if you get into the 37s, with the less fuel in the mediums. But now under a bit of pressure from Alessandro. Alessandro only 5/10 off the back of him. And that's Alessandro on the better tyres at the moment. Denz is starting to close that gap as well to Alessandro. So yeah, looks like the racing has settled down a little bit. We've still currently got Coleman 1st place, Capel in 2nd, we've got Alessandro 3rd, Denz in 4th, CMP is in 5th, we have Kep in 6th, Kellen now in 7th. I think Kep maybe just getting a move done on Kellen. Kellen's still trying to fight back though in 7th place. Kep's surely going to defend the inside as they come down to the first chicane. Yeah, Kellen sweeps around to the outside. He's going to try and look for the switchback, get a better line out the exit of the chicane. And he is closing once again. Oh, Kep slightly losing the rear there, but still somehow managing to stay ahead of Kellen. Still getting a better exit. And he is pulling away ever so slightly through the centre S's. Lap 20 now, 25. Oh, Kellen. Keep on the track, mate. He got it too wide there. He would have just spun the car around. Oh, Yannick. Yannick Dyson with death as well. Perry there in 8th, Yannick in 9th, BX still were there in 10th place. And Gilles actually starting to close him in now, I think. In 11th, we've got Carter 12th, Taz 13th. So Taz and Xavi maybe having a bit of a battle. Xavi there in 14th and Zico in 15th. CMP has gone into the pits. He's going to do a 2nd pit stop. It's going to hurt his race a little bit, isn't it? How many positions is he going to lose? He's going to go for fastest lap. I did say I thought maybe some of the guys would have been opting for a 2-stop. I thought Coleman possibly going for a 2-stop himself, but still currently out on them very heavily worn. They're going to be very second-hand, aren't they? Them mediums. But it looks like the undercut has proved very powerful around Dragon Trail Seaside. We've got a yellow flag. What's the yellow flag? And look at Denz now starting to close up onto Alessandro there. Equally worn tyres, to be fair. Doing really well in the M6. What can he do? Can he challenge these two up at the front? Maybe we're going to see Denz on the podium. He's still got a couple of laps left to do it. At the moment, it's Coleman, Capel and Alessandro. And Capel doing just enough to keep ahead of Alessandro. We saw Alessandro looking for a move earlier, but not quite managing to get it done. Yeah, there is quite noticeable gaps now throughout the field. Oh, hang on. Yannick and BX now up to 7th and 8th. Gilles, 9th. Carter, 10th. So is it Perry? Oh, so is it, yeah, CMP now on softs. Wait, what happened? Like... Yeah, that's weird. Perhaps it's just because CMP pit. That's why the order looks a little bit messed up. So Coleman now only 6.5 seconds ahead of Capel. As I said, I thought his lap times might start to... Yeah, it might start to get a little bit slower towards the end there on the very heavily worn mediums, because he pitted so early, didn't he? It's going to be starting to feel a little bit sketchy as well, I'm sure. Oh, Capel slides it through the second part of the chicane. Somehow holds on to it, but he's lost a few temps now to Alessandro. Alessandro looking for a move now. He's going to have a look around the outside. Capel covers off the inside. This is the battle now for second place. He's going to get a better exit. Oh, Capel only just keeping that position for the minute. Alessandro is surely going to get it done. Capel now covering off the inside once again. Oh, look at Denz out of nowhere. He's closed right up now onto the back of Alessandro. Almost into the back of him there. This has become a three-way battle now for second place. Denz wants a bit of the action. He can sniff the podium. Is he going to be able to upset the top three? It's looking like he's going to be able to at the moment. I think the two cars ahead of him on slightly more worn tyres, are they? In fact, no, they look about the same. I think his Alessandro's and Denz's tyres look about the same at the moment. But yeah, crucially, Denz is going to be putting on the pressure now onto the two cars ahead of him, Alessandro and Capel. But Alessandro doing really well at the moment to keep Denz behind him. Capel getting a couple of attempts breathing space once again. Lap 23, about to start lap 24. The top four now 10 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. And what was that gap there? The gap up to Coleman now 6.6 seconds. And look at his tyres. He's only got 2 more laps to do, but yeah, that's going to be dicey stuff out there. Still watching the battle for second place. Only a few temps separating these three cars. Capel, Alessandro and Denz. I think I can see a small battle maybe further back. So we've got Kep in a bit of no man's land, 10.6 seconds off of the top four. 1.7 seconds ahead of Kellen in 6th place. We've got Yannick now in 7th. We've got BX in 8th. He's in a bit of no man's land as well, 3 seconds behind Yannick, but 2.2 seconds ahead of Carter. Carter now in 9th place, ahead of Gilles in 10th. Xavi in 11th. We've got Taz in 12th. Perry! Oh no, Perry! Perry into the barrier again. Oh dear. Come on, Perry. CMP is gonna... Oh no. Oh, that was close. I thought CMP was gonna collect in there, but Ghostin's on, luckily. CMP up into 13th. Perry down to 14th. Zico there in 15th. Thought we saw a battle forming behind, but... So this is the final lap now. Coleman still in the lead of the race, 6 seconds ahead of these three cars here. It will have an incredible battle for second place. Den's really tightening up the front screws on Alessandro, unable to find a way past. Alessandro still trying to take nibbles at Capel, also unable to find his way past. But these three cars here, it couldn't be closer. And as I say, if I was going to give driver of the day to anyone this evening, I think it'd be Den's. He had an absolute cracker in the first race, and look at him go now here in the second race, trying to challenge for that podium. Who is going to finish off in the final two slots on the podium? If any one of these guys puts a foot wrong, Alessandro looked like he was getting a little bit wrong there, but he's still ahead at the moment, still unable to find his way past Capel. We're going to have to go on board with Coleman in just a second. It's going to be very close indeed between these three now, coming through the chicane. Oh, everyone gets it right though. Nobody putting a foot wrong there. So Coleman, GG Coleman, he's going to take the win here once again in this second race of this evening. That's 2 out of 2 there for Coleman. Capel's going to take second. Alessandro third. That was close though. Fourth for Dens. Oh, unlucky Dens. Kep's going to take fifth. Go on, Kep. Kellen sixth. GG's. Yannick seventh. BX limits it in eighth. Carter ninth. Gilles will finish in 10th. Zavi's going to come home in 11th place. Taz will finish in 12th. CMP in the end takes the fastest lap and 13th place. And Perry last but not least. Go on, Perry. I have a bit of showboat in there. I think maybe he wanted to do a complete 360, but he's going to have to reverse across the line now. Go on, Perry. And in fact, no, Zico last but not least, but I think he wrote this one off, so he's left. He DNF'd. But that was it, guys. That was it for this evening's racing. And yeah, shenanigans are plenty. We saw plenty of action and plenty of victims getting claimed by the chicken of death. Yeah, what race that was anyway. So Coleman finishing in first place in the end. Capel in second place. Alessandro third. Dens fourth. Kep in fifth. Kellen sixth. Yannick seventh. BX in eighth. We got Carter ninth. Gilles 10th. Zavi 11th. Taz in 12th. CMP 13th. Perry 14th. Zico 15th. Well, there we go, guys. Anyway, that was your Monday evening's racing for tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. We'll be back again, same time, same place next week. I've been your boy Vex. This has been the Tier 1 racers, drivers from the Aero League Racing's Tier 1 GT7 Championship. Good night.